Hey everybody, this is Tim Hinton from marchingartseducation.com. I'm here with Dr. Elliot Cleveland from Marching Health. Elliot, how are you?
I'm doing great, Tim. How are you?
I'm doing great. So everybody, we are here to remind you that when you start your season, if you're a marcher, you need to be ready. You can't just show up anymore. Back in the day, maybe so. But Elliot, we're seeing all these amazing performances by these groups from Texas, and we can see they're being very athletic.
We don't want your students out there trying to do something that they physically are not prepared to do. That would be like the football team showing up to the first game without having done any summer workouts. So we want you to be prepared. I'm not saying we're taking your students to the weight room here. What we are saying, though, is that you have to start somewhere. We got to get you going. We have to make sure that you have the tools, the health education tools and the physical fitness tools to be able to perform at a high level. The problems that we see out on the band field is that when students show up for band camp, if they're just showing up in July and not having done anything physical before that, it's too late. They're the ones that are having to sit out and miss large chunks of rehearsal. They're the ones coming home sick during lunch breaks because they got overheated and exhausted. Or even worse, sometimes, actually quite frequently now because of the demand of these shows, students are getting injured and having overuse injuries occur because they weren't physically prepared coming into the season.
And listen, everybody, I mean, I'm a gym guy, so I don't mind the idea of these band students getting in the weight room. Listen, everybody, if you're motivated to do that, go for it. But my point is they don't have to do crazy. We're not asking them to do crazy workouts all day, every day. But we're saying you got to do something. You need to start moving. You need to go outside and get a little bit acclimated to the weather. They just need to start moving. Now, you have some stuff at Marching Health that can help them get started. Is that right?
Absolutely. We've been doing clinics for years, in person and virtual, and that's something we'll talk a bit about in the next segment. But we've also got some free resources available and some low price resources for students to do at home, where they can download our free back to band workout and see what movements they need to be mastering.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, if you're a band parent, you're watching this, you can help your band student, like go for a walk with them after dinner. Go out and throw a football around, do some stretching together. Exercise as a family is great, and a lot of people have been doing that this year. I know as they've been home together, I think it's been fantastic. So there's lots of ways that you can do this to help your student get ready. My other question for you, Elliot, is when should a band director start talking to their students about this? It needs to happen earlier probably than most people think.
Right. One of the biggest mistakes that we see bands make is that they don't start soon enough. Like I said, they start when band camp hits. When in reality, your whole nervous system needs about 6 weeks to be able to adjust just to the physical activities that you're doing. So you got to at least start before then. Our back to band workout and our couch to core workout are actually set up 6 weeks prior to the season for that neurophysiological reason, that your nervous system and your body gets adapted to doing this in time to be able to do it well when you show up. You also need to start doing some things outdoors. If we're talking about marching band and that being in the summertime, you're going to need at least 2 weeks of just standing outside, just going for a walk, maybe even just practicing your instrument outdoors for your body to get adapted to this Texas heat, because we know it is bad. But we make sure that all of our programs are set up weeks to months in advance and then continue on in small increments. I'm talking 15 minutes at a time. I'm not saying go have your band work out 30 to 60 minutes a day. No, like 10 to 15 minutes, do something small that's going to be impactful later on. And that's what our whole programs are. So when we go talk to band directors, we're saying, hey, ideally, we get you guys started with this conversation in April, May, and June so that you go ahead and are prepared, and we've talked to your students and educated them and given them the resources to be able to perform their best in July and August.
Right, so everybody go to marchinghealth.com, check that out. You can see some of those resources there. Contact Elliot if you want some help. But the main thing is get yourself moving at least 6 weeks before the season. I would say start now for next year. Why not? Like get yourself going, get used to moving, find something you like to do. Elliot's going to be back for another segment. We're going to talk about how to do virtual clinics with your students during the off season. Right now, people are thinking, oh, I can't see all my students as much as I normally do, or I can't see them at all. Listen, you can keep them engaged with some virtual clinics. Elliot, you're going to be back to talk to me about that. Thanks for talking to me.
Yes, winter camps are coming, so tune into this next broadcast. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.